So, I'm sure you wanted to know how to do the spell cancel. So I'm going to explain the inputs now, along with something else that I found very cool about Stone of Garank. So yeah, let's get into it. The way you do the spell cancel, and the only spell I found this for, unfortunately, is the Seal Sling. There might be other spells that have this similar sort of interaction, but this is the only spell I found it on so far, which is a good ass spell to have it on. To be honest, it's very fast, does a quite reasonable sum of damage when you're up close to somebody. Stuns every single time. Granted, it only has the level 8 hit stun, so it stuns for a very short period of time. But regardless of that, it now has a cancel. So what you do is you've got to do the spell first. So you just do one spell first, and then I like to block so that it cancels the recovery of it a bit faster. So what you do is and then as soon as your hand sort of drags its way back into the block, you then do another spell immediately. Now, as you can tell, it's not cancelling it right now. Why is it not cancelling it? Because I am not walking. If you don't walk, if you don't move at all, and do that input, then the spell cancel will not go off, and you can commit to the attack. If, however, you are walking, if I can just get the inputs right, it's frame perfect, so it's a bit difficult. But if you are doing that, and I showed you right there, and you're walking, then it will go off without a hitch, like that. So yeah, that's how to do the inputs for the glitch. Also, something very interesting with Stone of Garang, you can change the timing depending on where you aim, which is really fucking cool. So, for example, if you aim closer to yourself, because of the speed of how fast the Stone of Garang is hitting, you'll hit the ground early. And if you aim further away, for example, you can catch somebody's roll. It's so fucking cool. I didn't even realize this was a thing, but as you'll see here, you can aim just further than the person's roll to mix up the timing. So even if basically if they're at point blank and they are in priority and they decide to roll, you can manually aim your Stone of Garank further than their roll, further than the roll, about into the corner of their roll, to manually change the timing of the Stone of Garank and hit their roll. And the Stone of Garank can be free aimed like a motherfucker. Look at this. The first part of your wind-up, you won't be able to free aim, but as soon as you get out of the wind-up, you can free aim the Stone of Garank wherever you want. So it's very good for tricking your opponent into thinking you're going to aim somewhere, but then, in actuality, you're aiming somewhere else. So yeah, Stone of Garank, really fucking good. I'd compare it to Crossbow even. It's it's obviously less fast and stuff, but it's got splash damage, level 3 hit stun, and yeah, look at this beautiful roll catch. Yeah, brilliant. And that's because I can aim further than their roll. I can change the timing of it. If I aimed closer to myself, I wouldn't have been able to catch them. I didn't do this in the clips that I collected for the purposes of demonstration, but Stone of Garank actually true combos into itself and Wrath of Gold. So those are two very useful true combos to have, especially if you're in a boxed arena or a small arena, for example, because if you do the Wrath of Gold, then it's basically a true combo into Grail's Roar, which is very, very fucking cool. It'll one-shot basically everybody.